Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, it through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home
Welcome to the Joe Citizen Podcast.
Was that not a beautiful version of the Star Spangled Banner?
Spectacular. I couldn't have composed it better myself. And just so you know, that was composed by Keith.
The arrangement. I didn't. My name is Francis Scott Keith.
Well, how in the world did you ever get that name?
I don't know. I did now.
Well, this is a podcast platform for the voice of we the people, for the people, by the people, where the everyday Joe citizen, that's a me and a you, can express their opinions, feelings, thoughts, and stories about what's going on in America and in their life. And the best part is we can be uncensored.
There you go.
I'll have some stories, thoughts, and opinions that I'll share with you as we go. But the real basis of the podcast is this is a platform for you, the everyday Joe, to be able to express from your point of view how you feel about what's happening in America and even around the world. That's where we're starting.
I think that's a beautiful way to put it. Do you want to tell them who you are?
You know, I never thought of that. I guess you guys ought to know who I am. I'm Rick. This is Keith, the co-host.
Idaho.
So today I'm going to start a podcast out because I'm a real staunch flag believer, and I think there's a lot of issues with the flag right now.
There are.
And I'm a real patriot with the flag.
I know you are. You're a real patriot, period.
I think it's the emblem and symbol
Keep going.
of
Keep talking.
of who we are
There we go.
as the people of America.
Yep.
You know, the flag means a lot to a lot of people, a lot of different things. But the idea is that the flag is for all of us. And we should all unite under the flag. We can have any opinions and values we want anywhere. But we have to have some common thread to keep us together, and that's the American flag.
You know, as you noticed, I don't know if you noticed in our town, but I didn't really see a whole lot of flags or patriotism or anything. The city did not put on any 4th of July picnics, parades.
Well, the city, I don't think, really did anything.
No, they did
That's
nothing.
really disappointing to me because it's the birthplace. No, not the birthplace. It's the birthday of America.
Yep.
And they didn't even celebrate. I don't see any signs that say Happy Birthday, America. That's
Yep.
probably, I mean, we all have to think our birthdays are probably the most important, but we may not have them the way we have them if we didn't have the birthday of America.
No, I agree. And problems are even getting worse regarding the flag, and it just seems that there's a whole lot of anti-American sentiment going on with the younger generation of our country right now. Everyone's on the bandwagon to
Bash America.
do what the TikTok influencers say, and it's gotten a bit out of hand.
Well, it's more than just the TikTok people; it's the media. And,
yeah, that's true.
And I have to say, I don't think our schools are probably really representing the truth of America like they should. But I haven't been in school in 60 years, probably.
Now, when I was in school, I mean, we said the Pledge of Allegiance
Absolutely.
every morning.
Absolutely.
Every morning. I probably all the way, at least through junior high. I think they started getting a little persnickety about that. And why'd they take it out in school? Was it because of the word God?
I think that's the primary reason.
I think that was the primary thing too.
And they never said a specific God, so I don't know why people can't, when they pledge allegiance to the flag of America, it's their God.
Right.
Because I thought we were all supposed to be, everybody's got to have a religion. We're not
Or
supposed
not, which is a religion too.
Yes. That might be one of the biggest problems going on in America now.
I understand.
The lack of religion.
Yep.
But, the flag also means more than the fabric and soul of who America is. And I think this is where, when I see people wanting to burn the flag or stomp the flag or kneel, it really aggravates me because they wouldn't have any of that right if it wasn't for all those sailors and soldiers, men and women who sacrificed their lives to give you an opportunity, in my opinion, to be disrespectful to our country. If you don't believe in our country, maybe you ought to go to another country.
Well,
I don't know.
Again, yes, the media propagates all this, but what I've noticed is that pretty much, for the most part, our generation still, I think, honors it mostly. I really honestly believe that, but it's just trying to convince the younger generations to not follow a fad or follow a fashion. And in many regards, I actually believe it's just the fashionable thing to do without any thought as to what they're even saying. They just hear it on the news or see it on TikTok or YouTube or whatever, and then they just roll with it.
And if you really watch the news, I don't see thousands of situations like that. I see small amounts of them repeated over and over and over and over and over again.
Yep.
Making you think it's every day, everywhere.
Right. I agree. I agree.
Which is, my opinion, part of their strategy to. I'm all about. It's a hate and divide situation in this thing. It's if you're not a Democrat or you're not a Republican, depending which side of that aisle you're on, you're an awful evil person.
Right.
And they got to get over that. But anyways, we're talking about the flag.
We are talking about the flag.
And unfortunately, I'm so wound up in all this stuff, I'm going to probably wander off track occasionally.
That's all right.
So it's up to somebody to keep me on track.
It's our first episode. He's still getting, he's starting to come out.
Yeah, I'll get out of my shell in my closet as soon as possible.
Yep. Yep. No, you're doing great.
So, but anyways, part of the show was, like, I'm still talking about the American flag, but there's an issue that Keith has here. We're going to want him to talk about because part of this is it's about you, the people. We want you to bring your story here, and Keith's bringing a story about an HOA and the violation of the First Amendment rights to fly the American flag.
Yep.
So maybe we'll start from here and let Keith take it from here, and let's roll.
I can. Okay, so here's what's going on, and as Rick was saying, these podcasts are going to be affecting are going to be talking about what's happening in your lives from a local, state, and federal level, and how you as Joe citizen are actually being affected by it.
Impacted by it.
Correct.
Exactly right.
So with that in mind, we decided to put this episode first because in our local area, there's some stuff happening that certain people are getting affected in their very own houses when wanting to even so much as display this thing. So I'll try to get this story going. About Memorial Day, right before Memorial Day, this woman that I know in my neighborhood had received a letter from her condominium association that she was in violation, supposedly or allegedly.
Hey, can I ask you a question before
Yeah.
you go too far? How long has she been in this HOA?
She has lived there for 40 years.
40
She's
years.
lived there for 40 years.
Can I assume she's probably flown the American flag or displayed the American flag there for probably nearly 40 years?
Well, she's done it in this way at least 5 years. Since 2018, she has had her American flag, and we're going to show a picture of it right now. And as you can see, it's displayed basically on her front door. And at night, it is illuminated with a light that comes and shines down on it. So she's had this flag on her front door hanging exactly like that is. It's vertical, which is actually within the codes that you can hang an American flag. The people within the board, the association board, they walk by it every day. The president of the association walks by this every day since 2018, ever since she's had it.
So apparently she wasn't been wearing her glasses and didn't see it right away, right?
Yep. So one day, she gets in her mail a letter from the management company, which is hired by the association, because they're literally the board of directors of the association absolutely, believe this or not, I forgot to mention this to you before. Believe it or not, nobody in the condo community is actually allowed to talk to the board members. They are not allowed
So
to.
they're not only controlling the flag, they're controlling the speech.
Right, exactly. And people believe that all this stuff is enforceable. So one day, this woman,
By the way, I don't like to keep him you, but it's kind of fun. But she's been there for 40 years.
yep,
So she's an older lady.
she's 79, actually.
79 years
79 years old, or 79 years young.
old. Yeah.
All right. And she's just your good old God, love country woman. Has beautiful flower garden. I'll even show I think we have a picture of that coming up too with her flower garden. She tends to that. It's beautiful. It's actually won some awards years past here in our fair city. Yep. So anyway, let's cut to the chase. So this is what our local HOA or COA sent this woman. So I'm going to post this right now. It's going to be coming up. This is going to be our first post. And as you can see, it's redacted for various reasons for right now, because this thing is actually still going on.
You know, I noticed your redactions, and I see all you did was take out the people's names and the addresses of the association's name, and you didn't redact words and specific language like when I see the government redacting.
Right. Well, there's that too.
They leave so much redaction, you don't know what the hell they're talking about.
Exactly. So this is the exact copy of the letter with redactions of names and yada yada. Dear Ms. Blah 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 blah. In our efforts to maintain the property and enhance values within your community, the blank 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 board of directors has directed blank 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 to perform periodic reviews as well as respond to homeowner formal written complaints. Don't know if there was actually a formal complaint written or not, but this is to ensure compliance with the governing documents and the rules and regulations adopted by your association. We are writing to remind you, here it comes, the word infraction. You've committed an infraction.
Jeez, dangerous.
It was noted on inspection, mind you, that you have the American flag on your door.
Wow.
on your door. Now, I'll continue reading, but let me tell you that around the condo community, there are other American flags that are being displayed. The president of the board actually has little flags in her garden, which is what they call common area. I'll get to that in a second, as well as a few other flags in the community that I'm showing. However, she's the only one to have gotten this letter. Here we go. Corrective action required. Please remove the flag from your door immediately. If you would like to display the American flag properly, please submit an improvement application. This notification serves as a courtesy reminder. If you are found to be in further violation of the governing documents and or rules and regulations, you will receive a formal notice to cure letter. Further violations may result in a monetary assessment. If you have any questions, please contact our office at blankety blank blank blank. If this issue has already been addressed, please disregard this notice. We appreciate your support and continuing effort to ensure the beauty and home values, mind you, in blank, blank, blank.
Well, a little slip of the tongue.
Yeah, I'll edit that out. I'll edit that out.
But
so,
you know,
respectfully, on behalf of the blankety blank blank board of directors.
Well, I noticed you mentioned beauty, and apparently they have or see no beauty in the American flag.
No, apparently
except
not.
the one she puts in front of her flower garden.
Yeah. So she received this letter. Now there's some pending stuff that's going to be happening, but we wanted to bring this to you because, like we said, in your local communities, your city, whatever, because there are a lot of HOAs now, a lot of COAs. Where Rick lives here in our undisclosed location.
Not very secret, really, but it's undisclosed at the moment.
It is for now. At any rate, he doesn't have to abide by one because this development is about 75 years old. But the newer ones are all getting
Isn't that funny? Almost as old as the lady getting harassed.
Yep. So, there's some pending stuff that is happening, but we wanted to inform you that if you ever belonging to an HOA or a COA, get, bothered or tormented by your COA just for whatever reason regarding the American flag, we wanted to present to you a couple things because there are federal laws as well as state laws, particularly in the state of Ohio, but I'm sure that there are other laws in other states regarding this. So we're going to get ready to show you what these laws are here. We're going to take a brief break and so that you can hear from one of our sponsors of the joecitizen.net podcast, and we'll be right back.
Right back.
Yep.
Hey, you! Tired of wearing the same old boring shirts as everyone else? Then it's time to check out our on-demand printing service. Threadfather specializes in made-to-order shirts. You can even upload your own artwork, or you can choose from our hundreds of stock designs. Want to make a statement? We've got holiday and sportswear that will have everyone talking. And don't worry about limited options. We've got hoodies, crew necks, t-shirts, tank tops, and even youth sizes. We've got a fast turnaround time, so you can rock your new shirt in no time. We're family owned and operated, so you can trust us to give you the best quality and service. So what are you waiting for? Visit us today and start your order.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back. Okay, so as promised.
By the way,
Yes.
I'm Rick.
I'm
This is
Keith. Good to see you. So as promised, we were going to read to you the federal and state laws, and we're also going to leave a link at the bottom in the comments section of where you can find the federal and, at least for the state of Ohio. If you're watching this from another state, you might have to look up the state law yourself. But at any rate, we wanted to start with federal law, federal. Okay, I'm gonna put on my old man glasses. Oh, those aren't even working at this distance. Okay, so let's start with HR. Was that HR 42?
42.
Yep, HR 42, presented by the 109th Congress in 2005 and 2006. Public Law 109-243. This was in July, strangely enough, 24 of 2006. The Freedom to Display the American Flag Act of 2005 states that a condominium association, cooperative association, or residential real estate management association may not adopt or enforce any policy or enter into any agreement that would restrict or prevent an association member from displaying the U.S. flag on residential property within the association with respect to which such member has a separate ownership, interest, or a right to exclusive possession or use. What does that mean in that last part with separate ownership or interest? Basically, what it means is whatever you own, and now in a condo, if you live in a condo, you know that there are commons areas, then there are the actual areas that you own. In this particular case for this woman, that front door, she owns by the bylaws of the association. She owns that door. So the federal law basically states, hang your flag as much, as often as you want, as long as they're, it's being done with certain rules regarding the flag and respectfully, of which there's no doubt she definitely does. So that is the federal law. And as I mentioned earlier, the president as well, a few other people, their flags are actually in the commons areas, which you can actually do. And that moves us to what I'm going to post right now, which is the Ohio Revised Code. This is section 5311.1.1, condominium declaration prohibiting placement of flag.
Prohibiting
Placement of flag unenforceable. This is from Ohio.
Unenforceable.
Unenforceable. Ohio.gov. You can go to it. And again, we'll put the link there. So without going through the whole thing, it states down here at Section A, no declaration, bylaw, rule, regulation, or agreement of a condominium property or construction of any of these items by the Board of Managers of its Unit Owners Association shall prohibit any of the following. Shall not prohibit any of the following. Number one, the placement of a flagpole first, that is to be used for the purpose of displaying or the display of the flag of the United States or the National League of Families POW MIA flag on or within the limited common areas and facilities of a unit owner or on the immediately adjacent exterior of the building in which the unit of a unit owner is located if the flag is displayed in accordance with any of the following. So it goes down there and it lists both the flagpole as well as the actual flag rule. So once again, federal and state laws prohibit condo or homeowners associations from telling you that you can't hang the flag.
But apparently, the COA thinks they can override
Yep.
the law.
Yep. So as I said, this is this whole thing is kind of pending right now, and we will give you an update once everything has been kind of worked out.
There's all kinds of appeal processes and arguments, and it's all about throwing money around.
Exactly. Well, you just don't piss off a 79-year-old or a 79-year young woman who loves God and country. Don't piss her off.
Obviously, they haven't understood that yet.
Not yet, but they're about ready to get to. So I don't know. We might. We'll have to see. We should see if she will want to come on the show on the update. But she's very shy, but she's a very good lady.
We'll try to get her out of her shell.
Yeah.
All right, she needs to come on.
So again, this is we felt that this was really, really important because we just had the 4th of July, and the young lady was presented with this original letter 5 days before Memorial Day. Please remove your flag right before Memorial Day. Wow.
And you wonder really what happened between when we know she's been doing the flag off and on over the 40 years she's been there, but what happened since 2018 till just recently in 2023 that stirred somebody?
Wow, I'm glad you asked that, Rick.
Well, good.
Okay.
Tell me.
Well, I have it from a credible source. Once again, you have to understand with any COA or HOA, there's certain people that run for these offices that would never be able to hold these positions
Anywhere else.
anywhere else.
And after a short period of time, they can't probably hold them where they're holding them.
So, I mean, I don't know. One day you're a hairdresser. The next day you are the president of a condo association.
So that kind of reminds me of the old Seinfeld
Hold on, let me do this.
episode.
So, at any rate, well, I think, like I said, from a credible source, I think it might have been the fact that that this lady has a life-size cardboard, one of those life-size cardboard standing figures of Donald Trump.
Oh, now we're getting to the root of the problem.
And she had it in her window, and there's Donald looking out the window, and she actually did. She removed the American flag during the election season to put up a Trump banner on the same door in the same location, and somebody decided they didn't like that, and they literally opened up her front door and took it down. And
Wow.
some other people, and the police were actually called. It was-
I'd say that's at least theft, possibly breaking and entering because you
would-
opened the door.
You would think. But so, again, I'm surprised with as many signs as you put on. Have you ever seen the video of the guy who had put like a Trump sign on his lawn, only he attached an electrical line to it?
I've heard about that, but no. I dare you to take my sign.
Yep. So, yeah.
Well,
I
you know,
think
the advantage of mine signs, they're too big for people to take them.
there's that, except we'll show them.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how we kind of got together. I remember pulling up one day as he was putting up one of his signs, and we will get to that all in episode 2. But I just remember you putting up your sign and me just coming up and going, whoever you are, thank you.
Well, I get some opposite of that, but we'll go into that in the next episode.
We'll do that in episode 2.
But most importantly, people, just remember, if this is happening in an HOA, where are they going to go? They can go anywhere. And
Yep.
you got to be careful what they do in your own federal government. Well, let's forget federal government. Let's look at the just sign rules and regulations in your own little city, township, or community.
Well, the thing too is when certain people, when they get infractions like this,
They use
will
nice words, don't they?
Yeah, they literally kind of capitulate or acquiesce, and they
All
don't
right.
they don't want any problems or what.
We have the normal audience out here. Don't throw those big words around.
Capitulate.
Yeah.
They will bow.
Now you're talking something I can
There
understand.
you go. They will bow in order to just go along.
Yeah.
And there were several people that did without even putting up a stink. So
Well, if you believe in something, and you better believe in your First Amendment rights, you got to stand up for them because
Always.
they're going to erode, and before you know it, our First Amendment, we won't even be able to comprehend what it used to be.
Yep, I agree totally. So again, we will post things up on the. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to load everything up to YouTube. Put a YouTube channel up, but once that's all done, the
Matter of fact, I talked to the IT guys just 15, 20 minutes ago probably a little longer than that ago.
Yeah.
And they're actually in the process of doing the technical part of the stuff that I'm incapable of doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
everything's going to be coming, but we felt this was so important because sooner or later things just have to change. We cannot continue down this road and
they can't change the way they're changing now because it's going crazy.
No, but it starts at not only just your city level, it starts within your very community.
Oh, absolutely.
Your street. It starts there, and then
how about your schools?
Your
We'll
talk about that too.
That's another subject. Yeah.
So I think at this point, we definitely will be covering, like Rick was saying, we will be covering how you, Joe Citizen, are affected by certain things in your town. And I think you probably want to mention to them that, we do want guests.
Well, we want, first of all, we need what you want to talk about, what you want to hear, what's bothering you, the good old street boy language, what's pissing you off. Who's done it to you? Is it a neighbor? Is it some local government official? Or is it the school or some business that you think is violating your right? We can't talk about it if we don't know about it. And your story is what matters because you'll never get it played anywhere else.
Nope.
No MSNBC,
nope.
No Fox, none of those, no ABC, CBS, NBC, none of those guys will. Well, that's not true. Depends how much money you want to throw at them. So
right.
you can buy the time from them.
Right.
So listen, it's all about you. Tell us what you want. You'll be able to go to joecitizen.net online platform where you can talk about all the subjects among each other. Leave us messages of who you want as a guest or what subject you want to talk about.
Yep.
Or if you'd like to be a guest on the show, and we'll talk. Listen, if you don't want to be a guest on the show because you don't want anybody to know who you are, tell us your information, and we'll do the story for you.
Yeah, this is going to be expanding out. This is episode 1. We just needed to get it out. We just had to do it. There's a lot of stuff we are doing around in the studio with more cameras, more lighting. Looking fabulous.
I bought all this stuff, and we had to dust it off today to get it going because it took us so long to. What are we gonna say? How are we gonna say it? No clue.
Yeah.
We're not your. We don't have a big support staff behind us or any highfalutin.
I'm probably that
people.
support staff
right there. Yeah,
because that's a busy guy right there.
We wouldn't be here today if he hadn't pushed me. I want to do this, and I want to get the word out to people.
Yeah.
And again, when you understand, you'll get the story about how I've been beaten to death by the government over my First Amendment rights. You'll see why I'm so ticked off. You hear about it on Twitter and Facebook and things.
Yeah.
It happens right here in your hometowns.
Oh yeah.
So
once again, by the time you see this, you will be able to email Rick at info@joecitizen.net. That is the address.
info at joecitizen.net.
So email us your subject matter or questions or anything, and we look forward to episode 2.
Even if you want to say we're wrong and want to argue against us, we don't care. It's about
you.
We the people.
Oh, we the people.
Joe Citizen. But it is about you.
Yes.
Because you are that person.
Yep.
So
all right. So
come have fun with us.
Yeah. So do we have anything to close with? I mean, I know we're going to close with a song, but do you have anything else?
I'm not singing it. But he's got a good close song.
All right. So
no, I think that's it. Just come on, guys. Spread the message. Talk about everything you want to talk about. Anything you want to talk about.
Yep. All right. So we are closing with a song from an organization called American Heritage Girls. And if you don't know anything about them, they're actually a Christian. They're a Christian Girl Scout troop. I don't know that I can say Girl Scout. They're a Christian scouting troop, and they're actually headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio.
If they're a Girl Scout group, it's okay. They're a Girl Scout group.
Yeah. I don't know if the Girl Scout thing is trademarked though. Actual Girl Scouts. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So this
we're already in trouble, I see.
This performance is very apropos because it was literally shot at Arlington National Cemetery, And they did a great job. They absolutely did a phenomenal job. So we're very proud to play this for you and give them a little promotion as well.
And
But
before we go to that, really look forward to hearing from you and what you want to talk about.
please, yeah, we're excited about all this, and we hope you are too.
info@joecitizen.net.
And spread the word. We want to say goodbye.
I'm saying goodbye. I'm Rick.
I'm Keith. Take care, everybody. God bless.
See you next episode.
All righty.